Hey, David Snyder here to the one person. It's been about a year, literally, it's been a year since I've been on here. And I want to touch base with some folks to see how things are going. I was going to try to use some of my equipment, but I can't figure out how to get it to work. So I'm not going to do that. Very sorry, I am going through this right now. I'm just kind of Are you still on YouTube for real? Hey, buddy. Yeah, this is probably a live stream I'm actually just going to delete afterwards. I'm tweeting it out right now. I just want to touch base with folks. I don't really have anything in mind. It's been a good minute. So let's see. Come hang out with Catch. All right. So what's going on, guys? I just wanted to touch base. Got a couple of things that I am scripting, and for the love of me, whenever I get around to filming something, I will do it. Should do everyone a favor and delete your channel. You know what? Probably. I mean, at one point, someone shot me a message like, "Hey, what's the point of you?" You know. Understood. So anyway, sorry I'm a little bit late. I was trying to do this at 6:30. Now I've heard tell that I can hook up this thing to my live stream. I heard that I was able to do that, and I'm trying to do that, and it was unsuccessful. So if the quality or anything like that is not good, then it's not good. I apologize. The next setup will be better. Anyway, so I definitely wanted to share a little bit about what I'm planning on doing. I don't know if you guys are aware, but hey, Herman, yeah, there, buddy. Yeah, so in case you guys are not aware, we have a 1-year-old now with Grayson. Hey, and we have a one on the way too. We're pregnant now. We have another one due in August. I have a media business, Ingenuity Media, just recently rebranded to Ingenuity Web Design, and it's an entire subscription service that handles everything from website design to hosting to virtual reality. And it's still in the beginning stages. It just launched it. But we are working overtime with the baby, and my wife is a nurse right now, and with the pandemic, it's been very interesting because she's obviously essential being an RN, and trying to run my business from home because my butt is as non-essential as it comes. So with that being said, the only way that I'm going to have time to really wrap this or to kick up this YouTube channel again is if I have a way of kind of intertwining it with work. And so what we're going to do here, and I've already scripted it, I'm going to be filming it at some point. I was planning on filming it today, but whatever. I can't do what I want to do sometimes. We are going to film kind of like a behind the scenes. What does it look like to start a business? What are we doing with that? And how it relates to family and stuff like that. And so we're going to be working on doing that. I'm not really going to be worried about niching it because I don't have time. The platform news stuff, guys. I was doing that, loving it, gaining traction, but the editing alone was 15 hours a week. With a newborn, that was impossible. Comedy skits, I don't have time to do them. It's very sad for me. It's very sad for me. Once the kids are a little bit older, then they can do it together, and we can do it, that way, and it'll be fine. But with my work and with Bailey being sick and pregnant and sick and pregnant and sick of being pregnant, we'll work on that. But anyway, enough of that boohoo story. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to start doing some stuff here that is related to work. But it's going to be very personable. It's going to be one-on-one. It's going to be that kind of thing. But I really want to catch up with you guys because I have to turn this back on again because I am running ragged working. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, to the comments. Let's see what's going on. Irvin, miss you, brother. Josh Darnett 2.0, dang it. Coins and More UK. Thank you. Did I get reelected? Thank you. Did I get reelected? I didn't run for reelection yet. My term doesn't end until next year. And so I got on council almost a year early because they nominated me to fill a space. And at the end of that first year was that seat's expiration, and I ran for it and won. So yeah, I'm still a council member in my hometown. I'm also, and don't hate me, I'm also a representative of my community in our county's Republican Party. I am a committee person, for what it's worth. And so it's been really fun. It's been really good. Yeah, so during the pandemic, that's been, I'd love to hear if you're here. I'd love to hear what you guys are dealing with the pandemic, for sure. I want to hear about it. But yeah, so we've actually shut down a lot of our stuff. We shut down all of our parks and all of our public places. Police department's been very laxed in the enforcement of our governor's state closure, stay at home rule. The reason we've been not lax, that's the wrong way to say that. We're not laxed, but we're also not a police state. We can't question every single person that is what you're doing life. Is it essential? Because when it comes to the mental health of people, what is essential is different per person sometimes. And you cannot do something like that. So what we're doing is we are limiting, we are doing what we can when it comes to enforcing the social distancing of 6 feet or more, and certainly not encouraging large gatherings and breaking them up when we find them. And what's really sad is we have been finding them. So they shall ensue, my friend. That's right. And so yeah. Hey, Rob. Yeah, so the borough here has been shut down for the most part. Our public meetings are no longer public. We're going to be on council. We're going to be live streaming them, and some of us, myself included, are going to be attending the meeting via conference call. At least that's the last time I've heard, which is this coming Monday. I need to talk to them about that, actually. The reason being is because my wife is a nurse, and we are of high risk as a result of her job. And so we were actually quarantining ourselves, isolating ourselves about a week and a half before our governor made it mandatory per CDC guidelines. So, but anyway, yeah, Rob, I was just talking about how we're going to do, in order for this channel to sustain or to be even close to active, do you know how much dust I had to blow off this microphone only not to use it? because I got my cords all tangled, and I'm like, this is going to take forever before I can hit go. And I don't have sticking camera. But anyway, yeah, all of that, we are going to do a business channel, because that's the only way. I need to wrap it up with work. That's the only way I can justify doing YouTube or any other content, and I miss it. I need to do it. There's a part of me that's withering away. So I'm going to wrap it up with work, and I'm just going to do it kind of like a free business coaching style, where I'm like, hey, this is what I've done. Here's just different things that I can tell you how I did it. Because I started 3 businesses. I did it debt free. I did it all 3 from scratch. Well, 4 actually. Come to think of it, it's been 4. And now I have, and I sold one for a profit, which honestly sold one, bought a car and a house, and so Irvin just said it occurs to me that it would also be great. Hey, Jason, it would be great advertising for Ingenuities. Well, see, that's why we said, hey, why don't we tie the YouTube channel in with work, but do it in a way that it's a free resource, but we tag it into that, and I feel like it's something that I can talk to. I don't need to script it out. I can bullet point it because I've lived it. I can just go off the cuff and be succinct because I've talked about it. I talk about it to a lot of people. So not saying I'm right, but, at the same time, I can share some pointers. I don't need to worry about it. And the editing is easy. It'll be talking head video for the most part. It's been good. It's been good, guys. I know you guys, Dakota and family, I know you guys have been really dealing with some stuff lately. And it's been great. Having some home time, but as you guys know, resources are getting a little bit thin. And fortunately, in Pennsylvania, we're starting to see some signs that we're nearing the end of the incline. I will say, not the end of the whole thing, but the incline. So we're getting to the worst part of it. The downside is the numbers keep on ticking up of fatalities, and that's just not cool. I hate seeing that. My county and my area is no longer exempt. So that's kind of where we're at. We're dealing with a lot. Having a 1-year-old during this time, where grandparents, being that they're in their 60s, we don't want them around Grayson, not because of infecting Grayson, our son, or us, but because Bailey is a nurse, and we could be carriers of it because she's caring for patients in nursing homes and in people's homes. We could have it for all we know. We don't want to infect them, and so they've been sad about it. Of course they would. I mean, who wouldn't be? They can't see their 1-year-old grandson, but they're able to go outside and see. Now it's warm out. They can sit on the porch and say hi, and they have. And so, but yeah, guys, let's see here. We're on a strict guidance. Stay at home unless you can't work from home. 1 hour of exercise a day and only essential trips. We had over 900 deaths today in the UK. I'm so sorry to hear that. Just in one day. That's so hard. We are under similar guidelines in Pennsylvania. 16 an hour whirl. Okay, you have 16. Okay. We have 6, I think, in Blair County here. 22K population, 14 in our town. There's been a lot of stuff happening, guys. There's been a lot of stuff happening. But dude, Corn Life, where have you been? Well, I think the important question has been, where have I been? You've been active. I've seen you here posting stuff. It's not you, brother. It's me. So what's new, guys? I am so out of the loop. It is crazy. I honestly just wanted to touch base with you guys, and I'm probably just going to end up deleting this stream. It's really to no point. I just miss you guys. I was going to use it to kind of work with my camera, but for some reason I couldn't get it to work. I just couldn't get it to work. So I'm going to try my absolute best to get this gear back up and running, because I have to re-look things up, because I'm pretty dang sure I forget how to do it. It's been a good minute. I tell you what has been good with this break, though. I'm just being honest. There are there really was this a sense of, I got to grind this YouTube thing out. I got to really work on content, which I really do think is legitimate, but there really is something that happened with me during this past year. They kind of put content in perspective. I've always said it and I've always believed it, but I don't think it really sunk in. It really sunk in the fact that numbers really don't matter. You're busting out content that could enrich somebody's life. Recently, I've been getting messages about people saying like, "Hey, we really miss you," or "We really liked what you did here and here," and that's been a really cool thing to get, recently. But it really is about that one or two people. If you can do it with the masses, more power. If you can't, do what you can. Do what you can. That's really what we're after here. Again, I'm so rusty. Do you even hear the squeaking of the joints right now? That's how rusty I am. Dust is flying off my mouth as I'm talking. Oh my goodness. You design websites for sitting there quiet, just typing away for hours on end. Pretty much that's been my year. Great thing. It's a business. I love it. I started it. I did it to myself. So, but in any case, yeah, it's been really cool. So we're going to be using this channel, I think, moving forward as a behind the scenes. Going to not that hard. The state's regulations on it are actually not that complicated, and the worst thing that you really come up against is do you or do you not offer sales or collect sales tax, and the state can help you with that. And it's not that hard at all. So I want to just talk about how we can do stuff like that. But when it comes to skits, when it comes to gaming, when it comes to these other things, Bailey and I do have another a family channel that we're just going to use for that. And that's just going to be our goof off kind of thing. I'm going to use this channel to do stuff. So, okay, who unplugged David's internet? Why? Is it really bad? Is my picture really, really off? Internet. It's probably more my computer than it is anything else. So, but yeah, that's what we're thinking about doing. We're going to be taking it over to the family channel to do gaming and different things like that. Cool. Thanks. Yeah. So, yeah, the gaming channel, not gaming. That's not true. We're going to do just fun skits, family stuff, gaming, etc. When we get time to do it, we're going to do it at our Snyder family channel, which we'll start, posting stuff on that again. We have a backlog of videos over this past year. And so we're going to do that. But on here, we're going to intertwine it with what we do for work and as a family business, what that looks like and how people can really do it on their own. And it's not going to be super serious, but it is going to be, kind of pointed toward that. Because it's what I do. So if I can wrap that up with what I do, why the heck not? That means I can be creative, talk to folks, enjoy things like that, and boom, we can do all in all. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. So I'm thinking about doing that, for better or worse. It's going to be connected to what I do for work, and that's the only stinking way. And so I now have two channels. We're going to have the family channel, which we've already posted on before, and then we have this one. The family one will be where we post, and I'm going to repost some. I'm going to take down comedy skits from this one and different things like that. I'm going to post them again on the family channel just so we have that backlog. And then what we do from then on, we'll just do it when we have time, very relaxed. But this will be something that I want to pump out at least twice a month, if not once a week. So. Because again, this is my Mondays are set aside for marketing days, and this would include YouTube because it certainly helps. Plus, there's someone in town that's partnering with me here, and they're going to be doing my editing for me, and so that's going to be nice through my media business, which is written write off expenses. Again, stuff like this I can make videos about how you can use YouTube as a massive write off. For stuff that you buy for it, if you don't know that already. not just as a sole proprietor, but how to register an LLC and why that matters. And it's not difficult. There are services that can do it for you, or you can just go to your government's website and fill out the paperwork. It'll take you half an hour. It's really not hard. But I would love to share that information with you. And I've spent, since 2008, I've been doing this, and it's been 12 years now. So that's the idea. That's really it. I'm not sure who the two people are that are here, but I appreciate you guys. So tell me, I mean, what's happening, guys? I mean, I have been so out of the loop. I'm not even close to sure what's happening with the platform. Tell me, what is happening with the YouTube platform these days? Is it better? Is it worse? Whenever I got all caught up with life and family and work, but when I was leaving that, YouTube was really going through their guidelines and consistently changing things up. One or two really good things, and then several, not so much. And so, or content in general, because hey, you know, Vine 2 is out. Actual Dom Hoffman Vine 2. Anyone on that thing? Bite. Yeah, that's what it's called. From what I understand, Dom called it Bite so that everyone could say on Twitter, "Bite me." From what I understand, that is why he called it that. Yeah. It's the sign of a very bitter old man. Poor guy. Any case, I'm on there. It's really fun. Great 6-second loop Vine resurrection. Just curious if anyone else thought it was cool. Is that people who are trying to grow their channel are boxed into their subscriber box and can't break out, boxed into their subscriber box. You're talking about like you're just really trapped within the folks that already know you. That was the case when I was really active last year, or 2 years ago, I suppose it was now. It's been over a year. But yeah, that was really the case. You know, I tapped off my subscriber count, which is now being whittled away, by the way, because you know, I haven't been active, and that happens. But the subscriber count, I really capped off at about 548 or something like that. That never really broke the 550 mark. So non-essential. You know, my governor probably would cancel my YouTube channel right now if they understood how non-essential I was. Yeah, it is. It sounds like it's the same drama. Yeah, so you're really capped off with the same people in the algorithm. You know what? And let's be honest here. I mean, YouTube picks who wins and who doesn't. I'm not saying that conspiracy-wise, because there are people at playlists that I know that have, you know, a good bit of people following them in the hundreds of thousands. And they said that they were told by reps from YouTube that they push out certain people based on certain criteria. And I looked in the mirror and I saw my bald head and my big gut, and I'm sitting there looking. I was like, you know, I'm probably not going to be one of those people that YouTube points as, hey, let's do that. So she wound with 100K. Hey, that's cool. Get YouTube to start putting her content into general suggested feeds about it. Yeah. Tried to help. She wound up with 100K. Is that views or subscribers? That's really cool, though. What did you do to help her get to 100 subs? 100,000 subs, rather. If you're going to try to break out, visit similar channels to yours and start commenting. Yeah, you know what? This is, and that's true, Rob. You're right. It really, you know what happened was, and this is, I don't know if anyone saw my rant video. It's the only time I'm ever going to do that. And I will keep it up. I will keep it up because it's the only time that I really took down my politically correct Christian filters and used language and used and just ripped on YouTube. And it's because there's so many channels that talk about what's good and what works and how to promote your stuff. I did it too. A lot of other folks did it. And you know what? Oh, marketing. I understand. Got you. Still, it's really cool that you could help there, Urban. That's good. You mean that's kind of your thing, right? You help people. That's what you do. So it's a good thing. It's a real good thing. But so you talk about these things, and the strategies are always the same. I mean, I'm starting to roll my eyes whenever people, and I love these guys. That's why I'm not saying anything. I'm not mentioning names because I will still follow them. I mean, my goodness, I pay monthly membership stuff to a few of them because they're worth it. But when you start seeing a year's worth of content, and then at the end of that year, you're starting just to recycle the stuff you made the year before. I get the strategy, it's sustainability, but at the same time, the content that you're pumping out is saying the same stuff every year. The algorithm changes only slightly, and it never impacts everybody. And so every time there's an algorithm change, it impacts us, but it also doesn't impact all of us all the time. And so you could change 4 or 5 times a year, and it does, but that might only impact you one of those times or none. And so the content just gets repetitive. Keep it simple. It really is the Hollywood producer. I try not to be. You know what? That's what I was trying to do. That was my mistake. My editing, I get so OCD with it when it comes to videos that I end up putting in like 10 to 15 hours of editing time per video, which is not good. I mean, it's good if you have the audience. It's good if it's a moneymaker. It's good if that time being invested equals a return of something of some sort. But it just didn't for me. The only return it gave me was enjoyment. And that's phenomenal. I mean, that's really good for someone who doesn't have a newborn or a wife or a business and or a family in general. Or other hustles, And so a year ago, whenever I was really starting to get some traction with the platform news stuff, but the editing took about 10 to 15 hours. And I still believe that if I had the time, if I had the money and the resources, I didn't need to work as much as we do to make it ends meet. I think that would really be a great thing to pursue, platform news. Love it. It's a great idea. It's not a new idea, but just the way it was done was really cool, I thought. And that was after talking to a bunch of people and getting their advice. So that wasn't just all my idea. I mean, the idea was platform news. The name itself was mine. And then the structure of it came from multiple conversations with other folks. And so it was really good. But at the time, my son was by far a much better investment than just getting enjoyment from it, because I wasn't getting any other traction. I never got above 200 views. Well, that's not true. I got a couple close to 300, but that's it. Which again, you start somewhere, right? I just didn't have the ability at the time to invest the time needed to get it somewhere. That was really what it was. And so, but if I have videos that are backlogging what I do for work, and I can point to them saying, hey, these are the resources that the owner of Ingenuity Media, for example, or Ingenuity Web Design is offering folks, that helps me in the long run. That helps me with that backlog. It gives me content to push out to the people that I'm building email lists for through business. And so if I use the YouTube channel to start offering free resources like that for folks, then there's value. And took me a year to figure out how to do it, but that's how we're going to do it. And then we have the family channel that I'm planning on playing games on, streaming games and other stuff, just whenever we relax, and I can do that with the kids. So anyway, are any of us surprised, or Urban is asking, by lack of traction, interest being a thing when the most popular show on Netflix is Tiger King? Urban, have you seen Rob Lowe's cosplay of Tiger King? You should go on his Instagram and look at that up. I mean, Rob Lowe's quickly becoming my hero. The guy's amazing. Only person left on earth without a subscription to Netflix. Do you know what? Netflix has a couple of documentaries that I really like, but Amazon Prime is where it's at. Disney Plus too. We like Disney Plus, especially with the son, with the 1-year-old boy. Cartoons all day long on Disney Plus. Love it. Plus, there's Star Wars. And Clone Wars, I think, is out now. The new season. I have to check that out. I forgot about that actually. Anyway, yeah. So that's the idea. That's the shtick. and realizing that, holy cow, it's been a year. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. It's been a year. If you consider me a friend, I am a very bad friend when it comes to connecting with folks. I also know that everyone doesn't see me that way. Everyone understands. I know you guys have been very kind. We watched about 6 movies in the last 3 days. Well, 2 days. Yeah, because holy cow, when it comes to being quarantined, what do you do? Now, my wife and my son have been watching the movies. I've been plugging away at the house and working. Do you know what, guys? Yeah, it has been that long. It was about 2 weeks ago. It was March 28th, I think. It was around there that I posted my last YouTube video. My real YouTube video. I tried to do a podcast thing halfway through the year and whatever. So yeah, that was over a year, guys. Seriously, it's crazy. I appreciate that, Irvin. I really do. The last time we met, Irvin, I agree with that. I totally love it. That's how I see with life, but not everyone sees it that way. So I want to be careful. But I appreciate that because that's how I feel too about you and everyone else here. I had Netflix for years, but I was watching went away. Yeah, we had Netflix because I love these guys. I love Doctor Who. They had Doctor Who a couple years ago, and then they got rid of it, which is so super sad. I used to love watching Doctor Who on there, and then I just got crazy without watching Doctor Who, and so I went and bought every season of the new Who. Now on Netflix right now, I am very much enjoying I'm rewatching, and I just finished it actually, rewatching the documentary Hitler's Inner Circle. And that's just a really cool documentary. So reverse the polarity of the stinking neutron flow. Maybe the channel will finally, that's the problem with the YouTube algorithm. The neutron flow is just in desperate need of reversing. The house is looking really great. You talking about your house, which I believe you, because I've seen pictures of your house off and on, and they are pretty immaculate. Our house, it's a disaster. Look at this. Oh, well, Doctor Who, amazing. But that was there. Wait, was it? What was that? What was there? Yeah, so I can't remember. Holy cow. I set that up towards the end of my YouTube stretch last year before I took a break. And I think I only filmed with 1 or 2 videos without as a backdrop, I think. But it's been there ever since. The rest of this is really kind of a disaster zone right now. And the camera was supposed to be right here. That's what this is supposed to be. But I wasn't able to get it to work. So maybe I'll do another live stream here in the next couple of days just to kind of tinker with a couple other setups. And I didn't want to leave you guys hanging, and not hanging, because how used to me not being on here are you? But I just really wanted to do this, at least for a little bit. Disaster. What if what's behind you is any indication? Your Adobe is much better than mine. Yeah. Oh, ours. Thank you. We worked last year during our hiatus. One of the things we worked on was our landscaping, and so we did. We dug up. I dug up a good chunk of the lawn right along the house, but between the sidewalk and the house, we put some stone in, some solar lights, and some flowers. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice. I really am wanting to take care of this house. I really want to take care of it. This was my grandparents' house. My family has lived in this house since 1978, I think, 1979 when they bought it. So that's, what is that? What is that? 50 years? Something like that? A little less than? It's 80 is 20, 20 that's 40. So about 42, 43 years, thereabouts. You live vicariously through the landscaping work since I live in a condo. Yeah, yeah. Although I do kind of like the condos, kind of warehousey condo lifestyle. I'm not sure if that's what you got, but bare brick walls with sliding barn doors. That just sounds like I'd love it. You get some tigers and catch the attention of Carol Baskets. Maybe I should not do that at all. Maybe I would rather have this coronavirus turn into a zombie issue than do that. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So I'm not sure what's going on, but it looks like there might be some technical problems. But yeah, so I'm going to be working my dangdest, if that's a word, to get myself active again. I appreciate you guys popping in here and saying hi. It's approaching my son's bath time, however, so I am going to be probably hopping off here and doing that. But, I appreciate you guys hopping in here and just catching up. I really do want to work on getting stuff out. I have written something. I'm hoping to film it in the next couple of days if I can, because God knows I want to do stuff and sometimes I just can't do it because of whatever reason. So with all that said, I am going to start morphing this channel a little bit, and the Snyder family channel will begin to be used a bit more. We're going to start pumping all of the content over to it. Mondays are going to be exclusively content related. And I realized that if I were to, and I've done this for council, where I've made the coronavirus updates, a video for Pennsylvania, Blair County specifically, but Pennsylvania, I've been working with Blair County commissioners, bouncing ideas off of the mayor here in town. What can we post? What's the updates that the people that live here need to know? And so with the COVID issue, the residents here really were getting mixed messages from Facebook and Twitter, mainly Facebook, where and Instagram, actually. Those are the two main platforms for the people that live here. Twitter's barely used for folks that live here, believe it or not. And just the information has been so skewed by news media on both sides of the aisle that what it actually means to self-isolate and what it actually means to take care of family has just been lost. And so having a medical professional as a spouse, that's been very helpful for me to get the proper information and know where to go for that kind of stuff. But then I realized, hey, if I touch base with our county commissioners, which I've been working with them already for the last several months because I'm on council here in Tyrone. And as a result of that, working with the mayor here and the borough manager that we have here, which are great folks, we were able to construct a script. And I made 2 videos so far. That one updated what a social distancing really looks like according to a stay-at-home order that was given by the governor, but then also what COVID-19 really is, and where people can go to get official information, and not get skewed from what's being twisted politically, and which sucks. This virus is killing people, and folks are using it to further political agendas, and it's ticking me off, like majorly frustrating me. But that being said, I am not in the federal government yet. But that being said, if I ever end up there, I will certainly have things to say. So if I first step, I'm on council. I need to do a good job here, and we'll move on from there. But don't count me out. Washington, here I come. Just give me a minute. But that being said, I realized that if I script something the day before, which Sunday afternoons, Sundays are me and my son, because my wife works on Sundays, I can script something. And then having said that, I having done that on Sunday, on Monday I can film it in the morning and edit that and have a video released by Monday night. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a simple talking head videos that are very point about the business that we run and how to set up businesses and how to do life, how to live life debt free is a video that I've been journaling and scripting about. Different strategies to stay debt free, stuff like that. That's what I was going to do. How to start a business without accumulating debt, how to raise money for an idea, how to start a business from scratch. Saturated topics. YouTube has nothing but saturated topics these days. But as a free coach to folks, which then gives me the ability to populate content that I could then reuse and reshare to people here that's relevant to my business. It's completely relevant. And how to optimize your websites, how to build a site with no money, and that's one of the things we do is we've set up a subscription model where it costs, I think right now we might make it cheaper at some point, but right now it's $59 a month with no setup fees and no contracts, cancel anytime. It's a subscription and you get a website hosting, domain name, all of which is all set up for you. So, but in any case, that's just something that we're working on. So, but I can use this channel to do that. So that's cool. Anyway, it says here that I was unable to connect. I'm unable to connect to chat, so you guys could be talking to me, and I don't know. Isn't that cool? Love technology. So what I'm going to do is, I think the next live stream, I'm going to do it on the Snyder channel, the Snyder family channel, just to kind of introduce folks and we'll see what's happening. We might try to do that with our son. And you know what's interesting about all that? What's really, really frustrating is that I would have been way more active on YouTube. I would have been, I promise you, throughout this past year, it would have been done via live stream if they didn't limit who can live stream on mobile. I don't qualify. My subscriber count, 1,000 people, I think it was, right? Or 10,000, I can't remember. I think it was 1,000. But anyway, I don't qualify, it doesn't matter. So I wasn't able to live stream without being stationary in front of a camera, a webcam like this one, or a computer. And you try to do that with a crying baby. So it just wasn't a good year. If live streaming was able to happen on the mobile device, then boom, that would have worked. And it did work because I was able to live stream on YouTube once before they changed that. And they changed it, so there it is. Anyway, guys, it is my son's bath time here soon. Here in about 10 minutes, I should probably go hang out with the beautiful missus and my boy. So I am going to connect with you guys again. Let's just go ahead and schedule it. Let's go ahead and schedule it for Friday. We'll do it on Friday. We'll do it on Friday for about an hour or so on the Snyder family channel. We'll do it there, and I'll tweet about it and tag a lot of you. Appreciate you guys coming. I really do. And I really look forward to reconnecting and working through the kinks. Life is so crazy right now. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we're going to make it work because it needs to happen. Guys, thank you. Really appreciate everything you guys do. Stay safe. Be safe. Keep doing what you do best, and that's just loving people as yourself. I really appreciate that you guys are doing that. And I love the quality of the connections of the people, albeit a few, but the quality is definitely there. And you can't tell I'm very appreciative that I had anybody show up at all. So there's that. Appreciate you guys. Moving forward, we're going to have stuff come out here. I'm hoping for the new trailer for this channel to come out on Monday. That's my hope. If I can do it by Monday, then that'll be great. Then the first video will probably be out the following Monday, and then just every Monday after that. And so that's what's going to happen here. This live stream I'll leave up for a couple of days and delete it. But then I was thinking, and this is cool, guys. What I was thinking, we could probably do not a fireside chat, because it's been fun to see that happen a lot lately. but do a Q&A on YouTube, and we do live streams where I just go over everybody's questions in regards to YouTube or to business, to how to make money while we're sitting at home doing nothing, because my business is able to function with me at home, and I set it up that way on purpose. Where I had an office, I had a place, a business downtown, but that's non-essential. I cannot operate out of that business anymore, out of that location. But I can always do it from home, and I set it up that way on purpose. I also set it up so that my business is actually not as it is diverse. It's not as eggs all in one basket kind of issue, where we are actually diverse in the sense that even if a non-essential order comes down, which it did, we have a section of our business that will maintain itself because it's considered essential and sustaining to people within the medical field. We did that on purpose. It's a neat little thing. So we'll talk about stuff like that. It'd be cool. But hey, if you're on here, you don't follow me on Twitter. I am David Snyder on everything, but Twitter. I'm going to post something, and I'm going to start doing. I'm thinking about starting to do. Hey, shoot me your questions that's business related about how do you go through debt, or I'll choose a topic, or you guys can just choose a topic, and then we'll roll. We'll do live streams where we're just going through it. So cool, guys. I'm going to sign off, but I appreciate you guys being here. I'm sorry I lost. If you're commenting, I can't see it. Apparently, it's been they haven't been able to connect with. They haven't been able to connect with the chat, unfortunately. So I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but anyway, great. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk soon. Cheers.